Hi, this is your prehab. We are going to start with a towel stretch for your shoulder and internal rotation and external rotation. I'm going to use a pretty stiff band doubled up, but a towel works. That's why it's called towel. But this works too, and we're going to use it for other things, so I'm using this. So top hand facing your head, bottom hand facing away. Then you're going to pull up a little, hold for 2 seconds, then pull down till you feel the stretch, hold for 2 seconds, pull up, hold for 2 seconds, keep your shoulders down. Do this about 3 times each side. Then you'll switch your hands. This hand will face the head on top. Bottom hand will flip facing away. Hold on to it. Try and bring it a little closer. Then pull up a little to get that stretch. Hold for a second or two. Then pull down till you feel the stretch. And you'll do that again for 3 each. On this side, just doing that, kind of pulling that stretch. Keep your core while you do this. All right, when you get 3 there, we're going to go to couch stretch. So usually I put my back foot up on a couch. I'm going to do yoga block today because that's what I'm using for a lot of it. And it might be good for you to start with something not as high as a couch. But eventually you can put your foot up on a couch. But how I get in is I'll stick my foot on this, on the highest setting here. If your knee is sensitive, feel free to put a pillow under it. Bring the other leg up, put your hand on that quad, come up into this half kneeling position, keeping a press here. Now I want you to take your pelvis and I want you to tuck and then squeeze the glute forward, holding this tuck, hold this glute, this hip, hold the glute squeeze, hold the hip and rib together, bring the arm up. Now keep the glute squeeze. You're going to lean back without arching your back. You can press into this front leg to hold some balance. And then come out after just a couple seconds again. Then do it maybe 3 times each side. Only hold for 2 to 3 seconds. So again, tuck. Squeeze that glute forward. Keep this hip and rib. Bring this arm up. Keep that glute squeeze. Try and lean back without arching your back. Trying to lean. Keep the glute squeeze. Keep the tuck. Then release. Again, one more. Tuck. Squeeze the glute forward. Hold this hip and rib. Bring that arm up. And lean back without arching your back. Then come out gently, bringing your hands to the ground. All right, we're going to do the other side. So we're going to do 3 on the other side as well. Again, I'm going to put my back foot up on that. Then I'm going to take the other leg at 90, put my hand on that quad to come up, press up. And now I'm back into that 90-90 position. So remember, we want to take that pelvis on the ground, with the knee on the ground. We're going to tuck. Squeeze that glute forward. Bring that arm up. Keep this hip and rib. Try and lean back. Try and keep that tuck and glute squeeze. Only a couple seconds, then come out. Relax. Then you're going to come back up. 2 more. Remember, only hold for a second or 2, but first tuck. Squeeze that glute forward. Keep the glute squeeze. Bring that arm up and lean back a little. Then come out. And 1 more. And tuck. Squeeze the glute, arm up, lean back a little, and release. Now again, I put my hands on the ground, take this leg out, then take that leg off. Okay, we're gonna go to hip cars next. So I'm gonna do these on 4s. You can also do these standing over a hurdle like we did in person, but shoulders back, belly button to your spine. So you want to make sure this back does not arch. You also don't want to rock here, and you don't want this hip to rotate any direction. So your first step is shoulders, belly button, okay? Now you're going to take that one leg off the ground. You're going to keep this hip and rib, and you're going to kick back as high as you can without arching your back. Now hold the hip where it is, externally rotate, bring the knee out. Don't open up the hip. Now slowly bring it forward and around in a half circle. Now we're going to reverse it. You're going to lift straight up to the side. Again, I did not arch here. Now I'm going to keep the knee where it is. I'm going to rotate my femur in and get my foot as high as I can. Now I'm going to hold this hip and rib and kick back in a half circle. And I do 3 of these each side. Keep your core. So sometimes I like to put that opposite hand right at my rib and my hip. Kick back. Don't arch your back. Get the knee as high as you can by rotating the femur out. Hold this hip and rib. Bring it forward and around in a half circle. Then lift straight up. Again, don't lift the hip. Keep the knee where it is. Rotate the femur in, getting your foot high. then kick that back and around in a half circle. One more each side. Kick back, keep the core, externally rotate, bring the knee out, then bring that forward and around, then straight up, rotate in, getting the foot high, kick that back and around without arching your back. All right, that's 3 on one side. We'll do the other side. Now flip so you can see that better. So again, shoulders, belly button. Again, hold this hip and rib. Don't shift your weight. Kick back first. Don't let this open, but open up the knee, rotating it as much as you can without opening the hip. Bring it forward and around. Then lift straight up to the side. Keep your core. Don't let this knee drop. Internally rotate. Get your foot as high as you can. Kick that back and around. Again, kick back. Externally rotate. Bring that forward and around. Lift straight up. Don't let this lift. Don't let the knee drop as you rotate and get the foot high. Kick that back and around. One more each here. Core, don't let your back arch. Kick back. Keep the foot where it is. Rotate the knee out without opening the hip. Bring that forward and around. Lift straight up. Again, keep the knee where it is. Rotate, foot high. Kick that back and around. Those are hip cars. Now we're going to go to ankle cars. So we're going to do that foot, and we're going to get a little bit of that arch strength and full range of the ankle. So I want your back flat. I bring one arm underneath the hamstring. I'm going to spread my toes and bring them up towards my shin to start. Hold on to your shin. We're not moving here. Now, you're going to move, keep the toes up. You're going to press the outside of the foot out. Then you're going to press with the ball of the foot down. Now you're going to curl your toe. Keep it curled as you go in and up, and then extend the toes. I'll take these off so you can really see. But you can wear socks if you want. So spread those toes again, out, down, curl, in, up, extend. Out, down, curl, in, up, extend. Out, down, curl. Keep it curled as much as you can as you go in and up. Then extend. Now we're going to reverse it. Press down with the ball of the foot. Curl as you go out and up. Then extend once you come all the way up. In, down, curl, out, up, extend. And if your arch cramps during this, that's okay. Just shake it out and keep going. Up, extend. So you keep them extended at the top as you go in. Once you get all the way down, then you curl. Once you get all the way up, then you extend. All right, other side. So go underneath that hamstring. Again, hold on to the shin. Spread those toes as much as you can. And you're going to go out, down, curl, in, up, extend, out, down, curl, in, up, extend, out, down, curl, in, up, extend. One more here, and then we'll switch directions. Keep that curl all the way at the bottom until you come all the way up. Extend, now reverse. Drop, press with the ball of the foot, then curl. Move out as much as you can without moving the shin. Come up, then extend and spread the toes. In, down, curl, out, up, extend. In, down, curl, out, up, extend, in, down, curl. Awesome. Those are ankle ankle curls. I like to do, like 3 to 5 in each direction. Usually I do about 5 in each direction. All right, we're going to go into that single leg deadlift. Actually, let's go into the hip IR and do the stuff on the ground. Then we'll do all the standing stuff. And we're going to do our foot banded exercises. Actually, so we're going to need a yoga block, a taller band, and the mini band. The mini band's the most important to start here. We're going to start with the foot, and we're going to do some IR and ER. So I'm going to put the band onto kind of around the ball of my foot, and I'm going to extend down, and I'm going to put my hands down and keep my back flat. I have a little bit of tension on the band, and now I'm just going to rotate out and then push down with the ball of my foot, then come in. So press out. So really, try not to rotate here. We're going to press, and I like to lift this up a little. Make sure you can get the ball of the foot in there. Press out as much as you can, then press down. Okay? So out, then down. Out, then down. Rotate out, then push down with the ball of the foot. Down, out, down, out, down. Remember, go where you can handle. If you need to lift your feet up on something, if this is sensitive on the back of your heels, you could always put a foam roller under your calves and release. Okay, we're going to do the inside. And how we do that is I'm going to take this leg, go across. Actually, I'm just going to use my taller band this time. This might be easier to use your taller band. You can still do this with a mini band, but I don't want you to bend over much. So I'm going to have it here, and then I can pull it out. And what you're going to do is rotate in and then push down. So now we're doing the opposite. And if you want to like use this foot across to help, you can. That's your choice if it's too hard to hold. But usually I just hold it out here and I just rotate in, press down. You can also tie this against something if this is too hard to hold. But you're just going to rotate in and then press with the ball. Again, my leg is not moving. And I do all of these with the foot band. I do about 7 to 10 in each direction with each foot. So again, I want the ball of my foot in. I'm going to reach this out. You can use this other foot if you want, but I'm just going to go in and press down. In, press down. In, press down. So we're doing the opposite of that press out one. And again, in, don't let your shin move. Press with the ball of the foot down. And do the same number here, 7 to 10. Okay, now I'm going to do just straight. So I'm going to do one at a time on this one. Again, get the ball. I'm going to get some stretch on this, and then I'm going to really press down. Push with the ball first, then curl the toe. Push with the ball of the foot, then curl it down with the toe. And again, 7 to 10 here, both legs. And we'll do both. Press with the ball, then curl the toe. Make sure that ball of the foot is on that band. Again, really add some pressure here. Really push with the ball, then curl the toe. And when you're done that last one, you're going to pull it across, and you're definitely going to stand at it this time. We're just going to lift the toes up towards our body for the same number. You should feel the front of the shin now. Again, 7 to 10 here. Then you'll switch and do it on the other side. So again, pull this a little bit, bring it across, then step on it. Then lift towards you, that foot, feeling the shin muscles active. And that's all 4 directions of that foot band. Now we're going to go into those side lying. Back to the mini band. We're going to put the band onto our ankles because feet is hard on this one. And I don't have too heavy of a band. In fact, you can do this without a band at first. Grab your yoga block or a pillow, and you're going to put that between your knees. Hip away, core tight. You're going to slightly squeeze this, and you're going to rotate in that femur and lift the foot as high as you can. So this is internal rotation. I like to make a pillow with this hand. So we're working internal rotation. This is a reverse clamshell. Really rotate the femur. Get that foot as high as you can. Don't let this hip lift. And let's do 7 to 10 each side here. Then we switch sides. I'm just going to flip so you can see me better. So remember, squeeze this. Keep your core. Press that hip away. Rotate. Keeping a slight squeeze on that block. 7 to 10 here. This hip is not moving. I'm rotating the femur in. Keeping a slight squeeze on that block. And that's making sure this isn't shifting. Good. 7 to 10. Then release. Awesome. Now we're going to do a side plank clamshell. So we're going to do the glute med now versus the hip rotator. So I'm going to move the band above my knees. I'm going to tuck my shoulder under. And you can do this fully side lying if this is hard. Get your hips and ribs together so this isn't sinking. Then we're going to not press with the arm, we're going to press our knees, and we're going to squeeze this glute all the way forward. So look, knees, hips, shoulders align, core tight. Now don't open up the hip, and my feet are bent behind. I'm going to open up my knees without this hip opening. This top hip wants to roll, don't let it. Keep it pressed forward, keep your core, keep the knees pressed apart. Okay? Now, our option is to lift the top leg too, and we're just going to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. Keep the glute squeeze, we're almost there. Keep your core, press the knees apart, squeeze the glute, and 15 to 20 seconds, and then switch sides. Okay, other side. Again, tuck this shoulder under, get the hips and ribs aligned, press the hip all the way forward, keep your core, press the knees apart without opening the hip, lift this bottom foot if you can, keep the glute squeeze, keep the hips all the way forward, press the leg into the ground, press the other leg up, but remember your knees are still aligned. Keep your glute squeeze, keep your core, 15 to 20 seconds on this side as well, squeeze the glute. Press into the ground. Keep the hip squeezed. Don't let the hip shift back or this hip open. And release. 15 to 20 seconds on both sides. Awesome. All right. We are going to go into some core here. So I want to do one of my favorite is a tension dead bug. I wrote a few different options. I'm going to use the yoga block for this one. This is one of my favorites as well. So I like to put the knee between the block between my knee and my hands. I'm going to lay flat. I'm going to inhale, expand my back rib into the ground, and I'm going to press my knee into the block and hand into the block. Then I'm going to extend this leg without my pelvis shifting, keeping the hip and rib together. And then you're going to exhale back in. Inhale, press, exhale back in. Really expand this back rib. I want you to use the ground to really expand the rib, really press the knee into the block. And we're going to do about 6 to 8, and then we'll switch sides. So again, really expand the back rib, really press the knee into that block. Be aware of your pelvis shifting at all. I really want this expansion of the back rib. We've been working on that back rib. So use the ground as your guide. Press the knee into the block. Feel that expand into the ground. This will also get your pelvic floor really engaged. We're moving the leg, but our hips are not moving. Inhale, brace, exhale back. Inhale, brace, exhale back. Inhale, brace, exhale back. Again, 6 to 8 each side. Get that breath work. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Come to standing now. We're going to do that block again. You might need to hold on to something for this one. In fact, I highly recommend holding on. You're going to get your hips all the way forward. You're going to get your hips and ribs aligned. And you're going to put that block between your butt, and I'm going to start in the up position. So block between my butt and my heel, so wherever that needs to go, so the back of my heel. I'm going to keep my hips and ribs. I'm going to really open up the leg. So make sure you got this in good position. It might fall out. Just go back, and I want 6 to 8 here. Hip doesn't open. You can really press that out. Hold on to something if balance is a problem. Keep your core, keep your hips and ribs aligned. You're pressing lateral. I'm going to change my angle so you can see. I'm pressing lateral, keeping that block under there. 6 to 8. Then, sorry, as I shifted, we're going to go backwards. So same leg. We're going to put that between our heel and butt. Now we're going to go back without our back arching. So you might want to really hold on for this one. I'm pretty good at this one. I'm struggling with just balance, but you're going to feel that glute hamstring. Keep your hip and rib. Do not let your back arch. If you need to put your finger, remember, you put your fist here and that helps. If you need to put hands on both sides, then again, 6 to 8 like this. If you need to take a break, then reset. But then we're going to do the other side. So again, we're starting a little higher with it. Hips and ribs, and you're going to move lateral. So the knee moves out and back. Try not to open up the hip. Hold on to something as needed. Really push with this outer thigh. I'm going to change my angle so you can see it better maybe. Push out and back. Push out and back. 6 to 8 here. Then reset as needed, and then we're going to go straight back. So again, put that between your butt and heel. Put a little pressure. Don't let your back arch. Keep this core as you go back. You're going to feel this glued hamstring. You might lose it at time. Like I just dropped it. Just put it back. Keep your hip and rib. Keep this core. Put the fist if you need, or hold. Again, 6 to 8, getting as far as you can back without your pelvis shifting. You're going to really feel that. Okay. Now we're going to go into the single leg deadlifts and those runner's marches. So single leg deadlift, I might have you add a band under your big toe. This might be a little much in the beginning. I want you to hold on to something at first if needed. But sometimes I like that band under the big toe. This is an added to get that foot really strong and keeping the ball of the foot down. And then I'll add a little resistance band and put this at my hip. Now, this is where your hips and ribs need to be aligned. And maybe you take this and put your fist, because remember, that helped you keep this from arching. So remember, you want to keep a nice, and if the band's too much, put it to the side for now. You want to keep the hip and rib aligned. You're going to go to that straight line. Then you're going to drive into the ground and squeeze the glute up. So remember, you put a fist here last time, but if you need to make sure you have hip and rib, expand that back rib, keep the hip and rib together, really reach the hip to the back wall, press into the ground and squeeze the glute. So if you need to put fist here, if you need to hold on, but you don't want to go into the back here. So remember, inhale, expand this back rib, get this hip and rib aligned, keep this straight, then press into the ground and squeeze your glute to come up to standing. Okay, 6 to 8 here. You want that nice straight, and look at my head to my foot. That's one straight line. That's super important. Spread the toes, even weight on the ball of the foot, outside foot and heel. Again, 6 to 8. Go slow if you need to. Pause this if you need to. Hold on if you need to. If your hip is opening, you want both pointy parts of the hip, the iliac crest, to point to the ground. You want to keep this nice and straight. You want to press in the ground and bring it all together. So again, really keeping that straight line. You're reaching from the bottom of the butt. Press into the ground to come up. So keep a straight line from head to leg. Keep that nice straight line. Really pivot. Reach the hip. Press in the ground. Squeeze the glute. Bring the hip up and forward. So remember, you want to keep that straight line. I think you put the fist here. Sometimes I like to even just make sure this is staying nice and flat. Sometimes I put my hands on my pelvis. Sometimes I do a nice bird here to make sure I'm staying square. Just make sure this, inhale. 6 to 8 there. Now we're going to go into those marches. So I'm going to back up, or maybe I'll go against this right here. So you can do this with a band on your feet. I think you can level up to that now. So I'm putting the band on my feet. I'm going to go right over here. I'm going to tilt this camera. Say hi. You can see it a little better maybe. We're going to go all the way to this pole over here. That's pretty Mount Agassiz and Humphreys right there. 12,000 foot mountains. So put the band on the arches of your feet. You're going to get near a wall or a counter. Get the hips and ribs aligned. Get tall, and then you're going to lean into the wall. Okay? Up on your toes. Keep your core. Keep your core. Now, you're going to drive into the ball of the foot and then lift up and march. So the key is to drive down and then be tall through your head. Expand through here, but hips are forward, shoulders down in that good runner's position. Then you drive into the ground and you do not let this pelvis shift. And you can do 10 each leg. I'm also bringing the heel right up under me and dorsiflex. I'm not swinging the leg, then bringing it right back down. Up, right back down. Notice my pelvis is not shifting. I'm not arching my back. I'm driving into the ground, keeping the hip steady, and then I'll do, 8 to 10 of these each leg. Stay tall, keep that slight lean. Don't let your pelvis shift. Keeping that core. Driving into the ground with the ball of the big toe. Standing tall. And that's it. Those are some good ones for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this.